and welcome everybody to another episode of the Mark Bishop Show. You know, Sara Britt, she's the Associate Director of Corporate Responsibility for PETA. And I'm fortunate this morning she's going to share with us how and why to be kinder and greener in 2025 by, get this, easily veganizing your wardrobe. Sara, you have tips on how to swap cashmere, wool, leather, down, and fur for animal and planet-friendly fabrics and fibers. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. So, we wouldn't dare wear the skins of our dogs and cats, right? And so it really doesn't make any more sense to be wearing the skins of other animals who also experience pain and fear and love. You know, every piece of leather means that an animal like a cow who just wanted to live their life ended up suffering and dying. But, that's not how it has to be, right? There are so many fashionable vegan options available today. There is no acceptable reason to be wearing the bits and pieces of someone else's skin.
So, Sara, this is helping the planet and all the animals who live on it, but it's through fashion.
Yeah. So more than, 1 billion cows, sheep, and other animals are killed every year for their skin, and most of them endure the horrors of factory farming. So that means they are mutilated without painkillers, they're crammed into filthy pens, and eventually transported to slaughterhouses where they are violently killed. Listeners today may not know that the animal agriculture industry, which includes leather, is responsible for nearly 1/5 of all man-made greenhouse gas emissions, making it the leading cause of the climate catastrophe and all other natural disasters, including the wildfires in California. So that's why we're today urging anyone who cares about sustainability to never buy anything that comes from an animal and instead, opt for the luxurious, durable, vegan clothes and accessories that you can find just about everywhere nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? People don't think about that, that in animal agriculture does include leather and the wool industries to be responsible for nearly 1/5 of greenhouse gas emissions. That's amazing. Now, why do you suggest that people shop then for animal-free clothing? Is it because of this reason?
Yeah, it's, because if it is made from leather or wool or cashmere or, any other, animal material, it means that an animal suffered and had to die for it, right? And so we recommend that people check the label when they're shopping. If it includes the word leather, wool, down, angora, or really indicates in any other way that it's made from the skin or feathers or, bits and pieces of an animal, just leave it on the shelf, right? Like leave it in your cart if you're shopping online. Luckily, there are so many fashionable vegan options these days. And, PETA is a resource. We have a free downloadable shopping guide, for vegan clothes and accessories at our website, PETA.org.
Yeah, you've got an awful lot on that website. There's plenty of reading to do with a nice cup of joe. Folks, that's HTTPS, the colons and all that jazz, but PETA.org, right? PETA.org. Now, Sara Britt is who I'm speaking with. She is the Associate Director of Corporate Responsibility. Sounds like a heavy title there. You got a lot of work to do. So what's beneficial about avoiding leather and other animal-derived materials from another aspect, Sara?
Yeah, so, we really encourage people to avoid leather and all animal-derived materials because at the end of the day, it means that an animal suffered, was exploited, was part of a supply chain that they did not ask to be part of, and ended up enduring a very terrifying and violent death. Also we can wear the bits and pieces of their skin or their fur or their wool or their hair or whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. And so my team, we work with corporations across a host of industries, many of which are in the fashion space, and we show them PETA's undercover investigations. We have so many that are undercover in the wool industry or cashmere or alpaca or mohair. Like you name it, we go in there and we show them, as well as consumers, how animals are actually treated before they, end up as like a jacket or a belt or a pair of shoes. And, consumers today have so much power when they go shopping. Again, just look at the label, and if it contains any kind of animal-derived materials, just don't buy it and opt for, vegan materials that are, exciting and innovative. There's mushroom leather or other leathers made from pineapple or cork or apple or cactus. I mean, there's even silk today made from oranges. So this space is getting really innovative. It's exciting, and consumers everywhere, especially young people today, are really eager to kind of get their hands on materials and fashion that is exciting and not antiquated like so many of the other things that have been used in the past.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There is such an array today of products, be it digestible products. Some of them, some of them aren't really crash hot, but a lot of them are. And you'd never think about how they're made or what they're done. But when it comes to clothing and shoes and bags and all sorts of things, it is unbelievable. I remember years ago, if you remember, hemp was a big deal. They're going to make jeans and make clothes out of hemp, and that was a preschool of that one. But you talked about shoppers before. More and more people are becoming aware, but they really don't know what to do or where to go. I mean, how to find vegan clothing and accessories, in stores and online. Is it becoming more prevalent? Is it easier to find? I mean, what does someone put into Google if they're looking for a place to shop along these lines?
Yeah, I mean, so eco-friendly and animal-free fabrics are available just about everywhere nowadays. Like even your favorite stores like Target or Walmart, Macy's, Nordstrom. If you want gorgeous vegan leathers, they've got them. But it's not just like these, big box stores. We're talking, brands of all kinds, including high-end designers who are embracing, clothes that are made from plants like soybeans and coconuts that can mimic wool even. There are brands that are creating vegan down puffer coats made from recycled water bottles. So these choices not only save animals and the planet, but they look amazing too.
Well, it's better off recycled there for wonderful products than what it is being dumped in the sea, isn't it? I mean, it's a win-win when you look at that. But I remember last time, I forget who it was I interviewed from PETA, but I couldn't believe the things that were made today from what we'd call waste and from what we'd call, the leather alone, beautiful leather products being replaced with beautiful replacements. You'd swear it was leather,
Yeah, it's really exciting. And we love promoting these brands that are, really kind of stepping into these innovative spaces where they are embracing these, vegan, leathers or wools or whatever it may be. And consumers are really excited about this too, because they're new and they are eco-friendly and they're animal-free. So it means that animals were not harmed and killed for it. So that's part of, what my team does.
Well, Sara, there's an enormous amount of information, and your site has been there. www.PETA.org, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good look at it. There's all sorts of wonderful information on it, and you'll get a pretty good idea. Sara, thank you for taking time out. Sara Britt is the Associate Director of Corporate Responsibility for PETA, and a great job you do as well. Thank you, Sara.
Thank you so much for having me.